Alright, so here we are. I thought I'm about to build a Frame X BJ5, and why not record it when I'm doing it? Because I think we could probably do a build video. Might help. So if you have got a BJ5 through the post and you're not too sure how to build it and you want someone to walk you through, probably wouldn't choose me, to be honest, but let's give it a go. Hopefully this help you out. What have we got in the bag? And Mr. X has, he's leveled up with his packaging, let's be honest, all right? So everything is in its own compartment. I just started to open this up, but normally this is all stuck together and segmented. But we've got, they've got the Keystone, we've got the shim, we've got the cage camera mounts, we've got Frame X baby strap, we've got the cage, we've got all the hardware we need, and we've got the carbon, and I printed my own arm ends. I would have done it in white if I had white, but I do not. So black will have to do. All right, so let's get into it, I guess. First thing I'm gonna do is open up the carbon, and here we've got, of course, 4 arms, top plate, battery pad, top piece of carbon, the X plate, and the bottom plate. Everything is individually wrapped. I'm loving this. Loving this, Mr. X. This is the nuts, mate. I love how everything's just kind of squared off a little bit more than the Stealth 5, otherwise known as the BS5 now. I also love how he doesn't care about the names, like BJ5, BS5. Does not care, mate. It was a joke to start off with, but it's not anymore. It's literally official names. For a second there. So I was talking to Mr. X on the phone, and he was saying that I can make sure that everyone's got everything that they need and there's nothing missing. And I just thought for a second that there was only 3 of those in there, and I was like, mate, but no, there is 4. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's got everything that you need, nothing missing in here. You know what? I'm not too sure. These might be stack screws. Quite small. They might be. I brought my own stack screws, so 4 stack screws I brought. We have got 9 bolt washers, 18 times M38s, 4, I'm going to guess M320s, 9 M3, what are they? 12s, Capheads, and we've got 6 25mm standoffs, and obviously the cage sides, for the want of a better word. I love that, mate. And a strap, and of course how can I forget the strap, the Frame X strap. Now you know as much as I do right now about how this is supposed to go together, but I'm going to start off getting the press nuts, because I'm going to be running 30 by 30 into this bottom plate. I'm going to start screwing these in. Let's get this all tightened up. Press nuts sink into the carbon a bit. Stuff stops turning. Move on. All right. Next we have got. So these guys are 2.5s. These guys are 2.5s. Right, it's all right. It's all right. I'm covered. All right, pay attention. There is an arrow on this. All right, and that's got to be going towards the front, towards the cage. So just pay attention to that. You know what I've nearly forgotten, don't you? You know what I've nearly forgotten? One of these washers. I mean, now that would just not be on. Do you know what I'm going to do now? Just before I forget, I am going to stick a washer on all of these, just so I can't be a melt and forget it. Do it now! Just line this up. That's going to be my front. I'm pretty sure that it does not matter which way you've got this X plate. It's pretty symmetrical to me, as long as you have got your arrow facing up and not to the side. All right, cool. Right, so the next thing, what I love about this is that before it was possible, before you had this upgraded Keystone, it was possible to have your arms facing out the wrong way, but he's managed to get this sorted out to a point where it's just literally got to slot it in now, so you can't get it wrong, basically, is what I'm trying to say. you go, could have gone wrong there, couldn't I? But he won't let it happen, mate. He's got it covered. Alright. I'm going to stick the shim on here. I don't know, like, do people have the shim on the top, on the bottom? What have I got here? I mean, to be honest with you, all my Frame X fly lovely. I've got the shim on the bottom there. I don't want to see that. I don't want to do that again. Well, this one. I don't want to see that. Can I put it on top? I think I can just put it on the top. I'm just gonna have it on the top. Well, I'm gonna be different, right? If it weren't supposed to be on the top, then why would it have the holes for the screws, eh? Come on. I'm alright, I'm fine. I know what I'm doing. Right, cool. So now, this is important, okay? The next thing is that you've got the arrow facing forward. This is where the cage is going to be, okay? This is where the cage is going to be. So you've got to make sure that the arrow is facing towards where the cage is going. Before I tighten this up too much, I'm going to loosen it a little bit. I'm going to try and line up the holes for the arms. So now I'm going to get the rest of the 2.5s and I'm going to fasten the arms. Now, the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to go diagonal first on the inside. On the inside is what I'm going to do first. Nice. I'm not going to tighten them up super tight just yet. In the past, this has been one of the toughest things with Frame X, is to get all of the arms in place and fastened with the nuts and the bolts. The new Keystones have made that a lot easier. But the moment of truth is going to be this final arm. And anyone who's built a Frame X in the past is going to know exactly what it is I'm talking about. There's a reason for that. Frame X is, quote, and I quote, stiff as fuck. And it's because of this. We're making sure that these arms, there's no flex, there's no room for movement. It is solid. And one of the biggest challenges we've had is this. Oh mate, that's a dream. Dave, mate, you've sorted it. You've sorted it out. I love how this looks already, mate. Just love how it's all just slightly squared off. Everything's a bit more rigid. Come on. Come on. Mate. That has got to be the easiest I've put arms on a Frame X to date. Let's get it tightened up. Everything nice and snug. Alright, so we've got the bottom sandwich, arms bolted in, stack screws in. I'm going to be impatient. I'm going to get this absolutely banging cage in. Now there's a way to do the cage. Now, I didn't know this until tonight, where I'm not going to name him. Someone in the group got it around the wrong way. So I'm just going to quickly check to make sure. Right, okay. So we're saying that the biggest chamfered side goes on the inside. All right, inside. So this, when we look at the cage like this, the larger chamfer side goes on the inside. That's how it's going to work. Show you the other camera. Okay. Most silver on the inside. Now I'm going to guess that we're working with the M38s here. Let's hold it. I need it on my leg or something. I've not positioned my webcam very well, I'm not going to lie. Just going to have it quite loose, just for the moment, so I can get these in. Same with the other side. Here we go. Cool. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is stick on the rest of the standoffs. So we've got 6 standoffs just behind the cage. We're going to have 2 just behind the stack, and then obviously at the back. So let's get those on. Again, M38s going in. All right. There we have it. Just going to tighten these up a bit. Nice. All right. So the next thing is going to be, let's get this small piece of carbon on. Now, Does it matter which way this goes? I am going to guess, right? And it makes sense. But it's going to go around this way. But we've got cage, and then the ridge cuts in here is going to be this way. So I'm going to guess that it's this way. Let's go with that. Look out. So I said with this bit, I was pretty sure that it was supposed to go with the cage. It's not. I've just had Mr. X on the phone saying, looks great, you've got one thing wrong with it. So both of these here, where the top plate meets the little piece of carbon, you've got a gap. And it's important that you have both those gaps meeting in the middle like this, because some of the camera mounts will slot into that. So this is the right way round. Right, so we've got some smaller, I'm guessing these are, I don't know, M3 6s. And they're going to just fit into the top like this. And then we're going to get the top plate on. I'm just going to place all the screws. I feel it's a bit different going into the cage than what it is into the standoffs. Massive difference, but you can tell. Alright, I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? The way that's supposed to line up, that is just blatantly obvious. You cannot go wrong with that. There we go. Alright. Sweet. I've got to say, yeah, I am so impressed with this cog system. That is the nuts. Mate, that's not going to be going anywhere. You feel that go in? Mate. Look at that. That is banging. Alright, I've got some prints. Just to get those on. Right. There. You have it. There you have it. That looks nuts. Bravo, Mr. X. That's what I've got to say. Check that out. 04 fits in there. No problem. And even if you get it around the wrong way, it still fits. I know that because of our Frame X chat. Alright, hopefully that's helped you out. But yeah, I mean, even someone like me can just take the parts, no instructions, and still get there. So yeah, I'm sure you'd be fine anyway. But in any case, hope that's helped. Cheers for watching. Mate, how can I forget? How can I forget the strap? I mean, what are you playing at, Steve? What are you playing at? Frame X, baby!